Hi folks, and welcome to another video from Peacock Archery. I'm Philip Watson, and today we're taking a look at some compound maintenance. We're looking at how to tie a D-loop. Okay, so here we are all set up. I've got my nock in place. Now, some people will shoot without nocks, some people will shoot with two nocks, one above and one below, some people shoot with just one below. I tend to shoot with just one below because of where I reference on my face and where that pulls the D-loop in relation to that, because I want to make sure that the D-loop is sitting right behind the jaws of the bail of the release aid. So for me, just one nock below works fine. And the first thing we're going to do, here's my D-loop material. And do use D-loop material, don't be tempted to use anything else. This stuff is specifically made and designed to hold what could be up to 60-pound draw weight on the end of what's quite a small piece of material. So don't be tempted to use serving or anything else like that, use D-loop material. The first thing I'm going to do is make a mushroom. So I'm going to fluff that end up and find my storm lighter and just burn the end of that and flatten it to form a flat end, and that's what's going to hold that first part of the D-loop. Once I've done that, next thing I need to do is tie a lark's head knot for all you knotty people out there. So in scouting, it tends to be called a lark's head. Gull guiding, we'll call it a cow hitch. And what we're looking to do here is get that mushroom caught behind that part of the D-loop. There we go, and then just pull that snug. I'm not going to go crazy at this point, but simply because I am going to pull it tight when I come to do the next part. I've got plenty. Once you've done 3 or 4 of these, you'll know how long to cut this short to begin with, but trust me, don't get it too short to begin with, because trying to tie the second knot is a real pain if you've cut your D-loop material a bit too short. Now, next part, so we've got our mushroom this side. I'd like my next mushroom this side if I can, and I also want to make sure that the mushroom's on that way, so I've got the loop material itself close to the inside. So what I'm going to do is come this side round, back under, and then slide my loose end through there. Oops. Try that again. I've deliberately made that very, very long. I'm going to shorten it in a second, but you can see what will form the D-loop is on the inside. I've got one mushroom on this side and one mushroom on this side. And we'll just go through that again so you can see. I'll untie it. So, holding onto the D-loop, come round, through the loop, back over the top, and through. And there's our loop. So the next thing is I need to actually set my distance between the D-loop and the arrow. I'm going to shuffle that back through there, pull the slack through, and I'm going to make this fairly short because I want a fairly short D-loop for me, and I'm going to be able to stretch this in a minute anyway, and this material does move quite a lot. So we'll pull that tight just there. Okay, there we are, done. Finish with the arrow, put that out of the way. And the next thing we need to do is make another mushroom. So I'm going to cut this with probably about 5 mil spare. Put the D-loop material out of the way. I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to fluff that up, get my lighter, burn it, and then melt it. There is our mushroom formed. And we could just shoot that exactly as it is, but it will tighten over time, and I want to take some of that pre-tension out. A couple of different ways to do that. So, simplest is you simply get an Allen wrench, put that through the loop and pull, and that works just fine. You can use a pair of pliers. Some archery pliers, I know the Eastern ones, have got a little notch cut in there that will hold the D-loop. You can simply pull your D-loop wide like that, or you can actually buy special D-loop pliers which kind of work in reverse. So it goes through the loop, and then, this is the fiddly part, goes through the loop. Oops. And the right way around. And then you squeeze, and that will pull the D-loop tight. And there we go. Once you've tied it, strongly recommend that the first time you draw up, make sure you've got an arrow on. Well, you should always have an arrow on your bow when you draw it. You should never draw it without an arrow on, just in case something happens. D-loops can fail, and the last thing you want to do is dry fire your bow. It will settle over time, so it's worthwhile keeping an eye on it, and make sure that it stays in good condition. As you can see, easy thing to do, takes 5 minutes, and once you're used to it, you can actually have lengths of D-loop material cut to your right length for your starting, and then you can just tie them as you need them. Okay, thanks very much for watching, and see you again next time.